For my Dr. Seuss book, I chose to read What Pet Should I Get? And as some of you may know, he passed away in 1991, but this book was actually published to 2015. So what happened was his daughter and second wife ended up finding this in his belongings and turned this into Random House Publishing. And within Random House, they noticed that the two characters, which we'll talk about momentarily, are very similar of the brother and sister pair of one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. So using that along with his own specific coloring guide, which you can see briefly here in the back of the book, they were able to go through and put the appropriate colors to his illustration and his notes. And here on this side of the page, we can see some of the illustrations and hopefully a little bit of the notes there. But very similar to Dr. Seuss Fashion, his book has large, bold colors, and we see a young brother and sister who go to a pet store, and through their journey through their pet store, they are presented with a problem. Dad says they can get one pet and only one pet only. They have to be home by noon as well. They first encounter a dog and a cat, then a puppy and a kitten, and the further they go through this particular pet store, they keep coming to the question, which pet should I get? Which pet should we get? I can only get one. They see birds. And it keeps coming back to which pet should I get? Which pet should I get? They see fish. And of course, other Dr. Seuss made up pets along in the store. And what's unique to this one is they keep coming back to that question, what pet should I get? What pet should I get? Dad said to get one. We want to make sure Mom's happy. We want to get home by noon. And instead of coming to a conclusion of we chose this particular pet, we just leave the conclusion of the story with a closed basket on top of the boy's head indicating they got a pet, so the children that you read this to can make that conclusion of what pet did we get. And speaking of children, this in Dr. Seuss Fashion would probably be appropriate for about the ages 4 to 6 years old. But the nice part is it draws in that theme of how difficult a decision is to make in regards to anything in life, and that would tie in nicely into an activity of present a general question to the kids, have them come up with a solution as a class, and then have them create a pros and cons of why should I get, and if we would just step off this particular pet, and why should I not get it, and then have them have that discussion. And depending on the age level of your students, you could go through and kind of do a little mini debate like they would in a high school debate area. So once again, this Dr. Seuss book came out after he passed away, which is kind of neat. So you can throw in that little bit of history to your 4 to 6 year old kids, plus throw in that whole decision making process of how do I make a decision? What things do I need to take into effect of making a correct and corresponding decision with that?